Hey everyone, Grayson here. So I've been seeing news that Jason Blundell has created a new studio called Dark Outlaws Games, and obviously I've been a big Call of Duty fan for a while. Like I was there during Call of Duty 4, and I played Call of Duty since then until quite recent when I just was like, I'm done. I'm done with this franchise. I'm not really happy with it. I was at the later stage of Modern Warfare 3 when I played Modern Warfare 3 because I was just, again, done with the whole franchise because there's just not been anything great about them. And so to suddenly see Blundell suddenly appear again and going, I'm doing another game studio. It's like, okay, what's the game going to be this time? Because we haven't heard anything about Deviation Games. We know that company shut down. And to tell you the truth, I've never enjoyed the Blundell games. Like, I don't think Call of Duty Zombies has been the same since he took over. Because if you think about it, if you look back at when Call of Duty was Call of Duty, the golden era of Call of Duty. Zombies wasn't about stupid, piss poor versions of Lovecraft. They weren't all about knights. It wasn't medieval. It wasn't about, some entities in charge, and the maps weren't very medieval themed. It was more conspiracy theories. We didn't know what the origin was. There was a lot of mystery behind the maps. A lot of environmental storytelling. There was a lot of teases to the future. I mean, look at Die Rise. That was one where it's only teases what the next map is going to be. Going into Doris and again seeing the picture boards. I know them the main maps that Blundell did work on, but at the same time, the creative lead was Zelensky. And Zelensky was my favourite. I think when Jimmy left, I think that's when Call of Duty Zombies was just, it was like, meh. Like, I still played it, I still enjoyed them, but I do feel like the story was just not enough for me at that point. I like the whole mystery. Because if you look at, like, Fruct, there's all these different elements in play. Hearing the music play when you switch the power on and it's just playing random stuff. You have things like in the finding Richthofen's diary. Going into Moon with all the mystery behind it. Kino de Toten was amazing. You had things like, I mean, even Buried was a really, really good map. I enjoyed Buried. There was a lot of different things for the story that built. And with Blundell, it was just very samey. And, it just didn't really feel like zombies to me. Like, the gameplay changed, and, but I feel like the whole Diesel World War II aesthetic was the thing that really helped with that game. The horror aesthetic. I also feel like that's when they started to go with the more comedic side of the characters, which, to be honest, there's a fight. You got to do that in the right proportions, and it just wasn't. I do go back now and I still play the old Call of Duty. I mean, right now you can see the footage. I'm playing it right now, but I do feel like Blundell, everyone thinks Blundell is like the best Call of Duty Zombies, storyteller, creative lead, whatever you want to call it. To me, he was not. It was Jimmy. Jimmy was the best one, because Jimmy was the one that started it all. That mystery, seeing those Easter eggs, playing Verrückt and just feeling that horror aesthetic, going through Moon and Doris. You had like Ascension, you had Moon, and there was just so many good maps that I just felt like, yeah, Blundell isn't really the best with zombies. And also because you had like Call of the Dead. Call of the Dead I still love. I think it's one of the best Easter eggs. I love the fact that you got the original crew, and they do have the comedic elements to it, but it's still got that dark tone. It still gives you that edgy feel when you're playing it, and the atmosphere in that game is just perfect. So just to see Blundell come back and suddenly say like, oh, I'm working on a new game studio. I'm like, okay, can you actually turn up when you've got something? Because to be honest, we've already been down this route before with was it Deviation Games, And from what I've heard from behind the scenes, that game was not great whatsoever. I know it's a bit being hypocritical because I've been working on my own game and I've been slowly revealing bits of it. So, and it, again, you know, that is taking me some time. But then again, I'm a single developer. He had a whole team, but it's the main direction that you have to have with the game, and that I feel like Blundell's games with zombies in general just hasn't been that great. And I felt like with Cold War it was the closest we was going to get to that original feel of it. You know, when we saw like the Nakder to Toten, just suddenly seeing that again, I was thinking, well, great, we're going back. And then that whole dark like intro to it, when you know the leaked footage, that looked really cool. But then when it was all suddenly lit up and things, and the way that storyline went, I was just like, okay, this is just going down Stranger Things territory. Which, to be honest, that's what I didn't like. I didn't like that. And again, I just don't like the whole Apothicon idea in general, because it is literally, if you're going to do Lovecraft right. But that was not right. In no way was it correct. No way was Lovecraftian in nature. You know, I mean, I've been seeing way better games with the Lovecraft aesthetic. Sinking City, for one. So yeah, I wonder what they're going to do with Call of Duty Zombies. I'm hoping that they suddenly cease and stop for a bit and take that time to focus on their games. Focus on doing something different, you know, mainly go back and look at what made the original Call of Duty Zombies perfect, you know. I still say the best era of maps for Call of Duty was World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. After that, then I'm like, nah. I mean, yeah, the only downside of one of them is we had Die Rise, which is one of the shittest maps I've ever played, and I don't even know why someone would want to remake it, because I played that and I just couldn't. Again, I'm like, this was a shit map. But there is one map that just doesn't get enough love, and that's Verrückt. That's why I'm playing it right now, because Verrückt needs an expanded. And I keep saying, can someone please make a Verrückt with the same idea as Die Maschine, where it's Verrückt expanded with a bigger area. You can explore the entire manor or the asylum, and then you can run down to the town, and that's where you have to, you know, get supplies. Maybe you could go there for the pack-a-punch, or basically that's where your starting point. You're fighting from the town up to the asylum. Who knows? But that would be a really cool map. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow all the links in the description to take to all our platforms, and as always, stay safe, my Excel friends.